Hello, my darlings. Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another speed build on the channel. Welcome to the Grecian, or contemporary Grecian. It is a contemporary take on a Greek home. I got inspired from my recent trip to Greece, and also I had on my Pinterest from quite a while ago an image of a house with a big long pool, very contemporary, and I was like, oh, do you know what? I want to do something like that. So that's what I've been and gone and done, and here it is. It is a 3-bedroom. It could be a 4-bedroom. I've used one of the other bedrooms as an office. And how many bathrooms? I think it's got about 4 bathrooms in this house as well. So, and a huge outside living space complete with its own outdoor theatre that I've called the Amphitheatre, just to pay respects to some of the amphitheatres that I saw around in Greece when I was there. But anyway, this video is a little bit shorter than normal. I don't know if anybody saw on my Twitter, but I had a little bit of problems. Some problems filming this build or recording this build, sorry. I'm going to go into a spiel now. I was watching a film on Amazon Prime while I was doing quite a bit of this build, including like picking all the windows and all of that good stuff. And I was recording and la-da-da. And I don't realize that with my recording software, if you're playing something on Amazon Prime, you are not allowed to record anything on your screen. So I didn't realize that this was happening, and I was building away for over 2 hours. And then I realized that I wasn't recording. Well, I was recording, it just wasn't allowing me to record. So quite a big portion of this build has been kind of like skipped, but it's not too bad. It kind of just flicks back in a minute and you see all the windows and stuff on, when usually I go through and I show you how I put the windows on and where they're going and whatnot. So I'm sorry about that, loves. A little bit of technical difficulty, hence why this video was also out a lot later than normal. So yeah, it's just popped in now and you can see that everything is kind of wallpapered on, and all of the windows and stuff was on. So I'm so sorry about that, but I couldn't be helped. But what I've done instead is put on a bit more of a longer video tour on the end of this, so you guys can get the full scope of this build and what it looks like properly. So apologies for that, but it just can't be helped. Some of those technical difficulties happen a lot of the times. Yes, they do. So you're obviously aware that I'm using a lot of custom content in this build, mainly, again, always from my favorite creators. A lot of Felixandre's Grove collection went into this, amongst other things. Now, I will get this up on the gallery on Monday or Tuesday with all of the CC linked down below then too. I just haven't had time to do it today because I have been trying to rectify my mistake and think, God, what shall I do? Shall I start again? But I didn't start again. I just decided on going about it this way instead. So apologies, loves, absolute apologies. But sometimes these things happen, don't they? And you've just got to take it with a grain of salt, not a pinch of salt, because that's too much. Yes, it is. Anyway, so as I said, 3 bedrooms. It's got a lovely big kitchen and living area as well downstairs. 2 of the bedrooms are also downstairs in their own kind of separate area of the house itself. The house is kind of split off into 2 parts. It's all very kind of like connected in with the big kind of living space in the middle with that huge pool area, and also the back kind of dining area, walking down into the basement into the amphitheatre, and another dining area down there too. So as I said, it could have been a 4-bedroom, but I decided on putting another level on the house. You'll see me actually do that, thank the Lord, and adding in another bedroom. I just thought this space was quite big just for a 3-bedroom house, so I decided on going for 4 bedrooms, but then obviously using one of those bedrooms as a office instead. So that's what I did. This is built in the world of Tartosa. It's on a 50 by 40 lot as well, so it is a big build. I wouldn't say it was a mansion because it just doesn't, it's a lot more well, it's a lot smaller. It's a lot smaller than what a mansion would be, and obviously with the amount of bedrooms. But it's just all of that outside space that I love with kind of Greek architecture. I decided on doing that. That is exactly what I did. But I love how it's very contemporary. It does look very modern, but I also hit it with a lot of kind of rustic Grecian charm. And I do that by means of tones, colours, furniture on the inside as well. I did a mix of modern and kind of like more rustic. But you'll see that because once again, I did record the inside too. Honestly, loves, I was fuming when I learnt that. I'd missed out so much, including like climbing up all of that lovely bougainvillea, that beautiful pink flower that you see a lot around in Greece and other other hotter climates. But yeah, sadly, you know, I didn't record that either. So this is that little amphitheatre. So I wanted to do like a very modern take on it, really, and have an outside cinema area. So this would be perfect for people to come along and watch some films, entertain their guests. The price of this house as well came in at about 300,000 simoleons, so it's quite a hefty price tag. I would imagine some rich Sims definitely living here. But yeah, gorgeous. Not built on this lot either in Tartosa. I was there. I did enjoy it. I always find with Tartosa the lighting's a bit iffy to me. I don't know what it is about the lighting in Tartosa, but it just looks very washed out. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. No, I cannot. No, what I did with the screen as well is I kind of a little nod to that kind of architecture that you see on those like medieval acropolises. Say that twice over. Or the older architecture, medieval, that you see in Greece. I wanted to kind of pay respects to that, so I put in some columns, and then I put a little roof over the top of this as well, so if it does rain and whatnot, that screen won't get damaged out in the rain. But it doesn't rain all that much in this area, and where I was in Greece, near Lindos, they say it probably rains about twice a year, so you're safe, darlings. Yes. So this is one of the dining spaces. I wanted a dining space near the theatre itself, the amphitheatre. I'm going to keep saying it like that as well, darlings. Amphitheatre. I wanted a dining space down here as well. So if they were like watching an old movie while eating their dinner, or I don't know, even this space would be a great kind of like wedding venue as well. I just have a nice like modern wedding venue. I would like that. So this is where I decided to go up one more on this area of the build here. So I go up one more here, and that is where I chuck in the office area, and it actually helped out with the build as well. It made the build look, I don't know, just a little bit more substantial over on the left side, and I kind of like that. Use a lot of Harrie's spoons windows in this build. I just thought they really, I don't know, I didn't want to put too much of a big modern window on this. I still wanted it to kind of have that Grecian look to it, but still looking a little bit more modern take on it. So I used the smaller spoons windows throughout this build, and yeah, worked well. Ignore what I'm doing with the windows here, and also that little toilet that was supposed to be an ensuite, but that is where I put the office instead, and I ended up changing those windows. It just wasn't the vibe, it wasn't fitting. And oh look, a bit of oh god, I'm gonna stumble over my words. A bit of bougainvillea. Is that how you say it? I don't know how you say it. I'm just gonna go along the lines of bougainvillea, darlings. But beautiful flower, one of my favorites. I love it. Absolutely gorgeous flower, yes it is. Lots of roof terraces here as well. I think we've got about 2 or 3 roof terraces, which is really nice. And I've just kept them kind of sort of minimal, and a lot with the furnishing as well. I still wanted to go for a little bit more of a minimal furnish with this lot, but still kind of like lend itself well to the size and scope, and not putting too much in. So this is the kitchen, using Felixandre's Grove kitchen, which is absolutely stunning. And those tiles on the back, as I said, I still wanted to keep this a contemporary build, but I still hit it with that kind of more rustic charm with tiles and warmer tones and stuff as well. I play around with a little bit of colour. A lot of the colour in Greece is that beautiful blue, so I tend to use a lot of blue in this build, including in most of the bedrooms as well. So that is what I did, but I just thought this kitchen was a nice size. I did a little seating area here by the window, and I also did another dining table over on this area here as well. So there's plenty of spaces to eat, and they've got great views out these windows. I mean, look at the view out that kitchen. with the blue ocean, I'd be more than happy. More than bloody happy to live here. Yes, I would. Oops, sorry, I just kicked my desk, or kneed my desk, shall I say. But yes, anyway, living room. So the living room, I wanted a bit more of a softer, darker vibe in here. So I put some blue tones on the walls using Harrie's Brutalist collection for that. I love that sofa. That is from Felix's Grove collection. As I said, I used that CC collection to death in this build. I just thought it lent really well to the kind of like style and that I was going for. Lots of neutrals, and I'm still in that phase of keeping everything a lot lighter with timbers and stuff. I'm just in that kind of like mindset at the minute. I go through a lot of different phases with building, and that's just my thing. I had someone comment on one of my videos the other day saying, not another neutral light bit, and I was like, oh darling, you are on the wrong channel if you are not enjoying that. You must go and find somebody else to watch because that is just my thing at the minute. But I'm sure once we get into more, I'm going to start going a bit more darker and a bit more colourful as the winter months progress. I really want to start playing around with a little bit more colour in my build, so expect that coming up. So this is the bathroom downstairs. This is a main kind of like guest suite, using a lot of the Brutalist collection from Harrie, and I love the windows as well, those kind of like pointed windows on that corner. I don't know, I thought it looked really nice from the outside, and it was a nice little addition to this bathroom area. Yes, it was. Up into one of the bedrooms, you'll see me furnish, I think, 2 of the bedrooms. You'll see me furnish 2 of the bedrooms. The other one I kept very similar, so I was like, I'm not going to bother recording that. And this was before I realised that I didn't record a lot of the other footage because Amazon Prime screwed me over. How very dare it. I was not trying to naughtily record When Harrie Met Sally. That is what I watched, by the way. Autumn films are coming out now. I watched When Harrie Met Sally. You've Got Mail. Love those 2 films. And I've still got to get on with some Practical Magic and some Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out at the end of this month, and I can't bloody wait. I'm also a little bit nervous that it's going to be shit, but hopefully it's good, because I don't want it to tarnish my childhood memories. But yeah, I love this this bedroom. I really like the softness in here and just the light. I reckon this would be a nice cool place to get away from the hot Greek sun with all of that stone on the walls and floor and those smaller windows in smaller spaces. So these bedrooms over here, this is on the separate side of the build. So it's on the, not the main house bit. And each of these bedrooms have got a ensuite. But the ensuite I've actually left open air, apart from I put a glass panel but above the toilet and the sink, just in case if it did rain, they've got protection from that. But I've left the shower completely out in the open. I just thought that was a nice little vibe. I love that kind of idea of having like a open aspect shower where you could just look at the stars and whatnot. So this is what I mean, like here. So I put the shower on that bit, and then underneath these bits here, I put in the toilet and sink. And I just thought that was a nice little touch. I really enjoyed how that went. I love the idea of that, especially in a hotter climate. Definitely not in the UK, especially during the winter, because you would be freezing your tits off when you loves. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun playing around this build. I'm just completely pissed off that a lot of it wasn't recorded. Oh, I really was, because I love how this came out. But as I said, I will be going into a nice video tour in just a minute, and I'll show you a lot of how it looks in different lights and different, you know, all of the good stuff. And this is that office that was supposed to be a bedroom, and I also made the room a little bit smaller as well and put out a little bit of roof detail. But anyway, my darlings, have a lovely weekend. I'll be back on Tuesday, and that's it. Goodbye.